Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you have a low-end PC or laptop and you're looking for some awesome games that run smoothly without a dedicated graphics card, then you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down the top 10 best games for low-end PCs. So, let's get started. At number 10, we have Project IGI. This classic first-person shooter was released back in 2000. Your mission is to infiltrate heavily guarded enemy bases, neutralize threats, and uncover a dangerous conspiracy involving stolen nuclear warheads. What makes IGI special is its realistic stealth gameplay. There's no minimap, no mid-level saves, and enemies are smart enough to raise alarms if you're not careful. It's a game that truly tests your patience and strategy. Despite being over 2 decades old, it still delivers a thrilling experience and runs on almost any PC without breaking a sweat. Coming in at number 9 is Need for Speed, Most Wanted 2005. This is one of the most beloved racing games ever made, and for good reason. You start the game as an unknown street racer who gets betrayed, loses his car, and must fight his way up through the Blacklist, a roster of 15 elite street racers, to reclaim what's his. The game is set in the open city of Rockport, where you race, evade, and outsmart the police at every turn. The cop chases are legendary, heat levels escalate the longer you race, throwing spike strips, roadblocks, and helicopters at you. With a great car roster, customization options, and that iconic soundtrack, Most Wanted 2005 is a racing game that still hits differently today. At number 8, we have GTA Vice City. Released in 2002 and set in a fictional Miami-inspired city in the 1980s, GTA Vice City is a love letter to that era's culture, music, and style. You play as Tommy Vercetti, a mobster who gets set up during a drug deal and loses both the money and the product. What follows is a gripping story of revenge, power, and building a criminal empire from scratch. The game is packed with memorable characters, neon-lit streets, and a fantastic 80s soundtrack that makes just cruising around the city an absolute blast. With its huge open world and countless missions, Vice City will keep you hooked for hours. Number 7 goes to Max Payne. Max Payne is a third-person shooter released in 2001, and it tells one of gaming's most emotionally gripping stories. Max is a New York City cop whose wife and newborn daughter are brutally murdered by drug addicts. 3 years later, while working undercover for the DEA, his partner is also killed, and Max finds himself framed for the murder. Now, hunted by both the police and the mob, he wages a one-man war through the dark, snowy streets of New York to find the truth. The game's signature bullet time mechanic, where you slow down time during shootouts, was revolutionary at the time and still feels incredibly satisfying. If you want an action game with a real story, Max Payne is unmissable. Number 6, we have Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Released in 2003, this game is widely considered one of the greatest action-adventure games ever made. You play as a young, unnamed prince who, during a military conquest, is tricked into releasing the Sands of Time, a magical force that turns almost everyone in the palace into terrifying sand monsters. Armed with the legendary Dagger of Time, which allows you to rewind time, the prince must team up with a captive princess named Farah to undo the chaos he accidentally caused. The game features fluid parkour movement, clever puzzles, and a charming story told through the prince's narration. It's a timeless adventure that runs beautifully even on the weakest machines. Taking the number 5 spot is Hitman, Blood Money. Hitman, Blood Money, released in 2006, is the pinnacle of the early Hitman series. You play as Agent 47, the world's deadliest assassin, as you travel across beautifully designed locations, from a circus in Mississippi to an opera house in Paris, to eliminate high-profile targets. What sets Blood Money apart is its creative freedom. You can go in guns blazing, disguise yourself as a waiter to poison someone's drink, cause an accidental death, or snipe from a rooftop without anyone ever knowing you were there. Each mission is like a puzzle with multiple solutions, and the satisfaction of executing a perfect, silent kill is unlike anything else. It remains one of the smartest stealth games ever made. At number 4, we have Far Cry. The original Far Cry, released in 2004, was a groundbreaking game for its time. You play as Jack Carver, a former Special Forces soldier turned boat charter, who is stranded on a mysterious tropical island after being attacked by mercenaries. What starts as a simple rescue mission quickly turns into something far more sinister, as Jack discovers that a mad scientist named Krieger is conducting horrific genetic experiments on the island, creating terrifying mutant creatures. The game's massive open environments, intelligent enemy AI, and jaw-dropping visuals for 2004 made it a landmark title. It's a thrilling mix of action and survival that still holds up surprisingly well today. Number 3 is Mafia. Released in 2002, Mafia, The City of Lost Heaven is one of the most underrated games of its generation, a cinematic, story-driven masterpiece set in the 1930s fictional city of Lost Heaven. You play as Tommy Angelo, an ordinary taxi driver who gets pulled into the world of the mob after accidentally helping two gangsters escape the police. What follows is a deeply human story about loyalty, betrayal, and the consequences of the life you choose. The game features realistic driving with actual traffic laws, detailed period-accurate environments, and a narrative that rivals films of its era. If you want a game that makes you feel like you're living inside a classic gangster movie, Mafia is it. At number 2, we have Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 2, released in 2005, is a World War II first-person shooter that puts you in the boots of soldiers fighting across some of the war's most iconic battles, from the freezing Eastern Front in Russia to the scorching deserts of North Africa and the beaches of Normandy. Unlike its predecessor, COD 2 introduced the now iconic regenerating health system, replacing the old health bar for a more cinematic experience. The game's single-player campaign is brilliantly crafted, with intense set-pieces, authentic weapons, and an incredible sense of scale that makes you feel the chaos and brutality of war. It remains one of the finest entries in the entire Call of Duty franchise. And finally, taking the number 1 spot is GTA San Andreas. GTA San Andreas, released in 2004, is not just a great low-end PC game, it's one of the greatest video games ever made, period. You play as Carl C.J. Johnson, who returns to his hometown of Los Santos after the murder of his mother, only to be immediately framed by corrupt cops and dragged back into gang life. What unfolds is a massive story spanning 3 entire cities, Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas, each inspired by real locations like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. The game lets you do almost everything: work out to build muscle, get haircuts, buy clothes, gamble in casinos, fly planes, go on dates, and even run your own businesses. With hundreds of missions, secrets, and side activities, San Andreas is a world you can genuinely get lost in for months. It's the ultimate low-end PC game, and rightfully earns the top spot. So, which of these games is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more gaming videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.